Hello, this is Will from GeneralWallStreet.blogspot.com. I'm here for the tick replay of KORS that was made on, what day was it? June 12th, 2012. So, KORS had earnings and it gapped up in the morning. So this is just going to be a replay of how it traded from the open and how many opportunities there were to get in on this trade. So gapped up very nicely, trading along the EMAs. We're running at 40 speed, so actually let me lower the speed down just in case something happens quickly, because KORS is a very tough trading stock. Let me jump a little closer towards the open. 6:15, 6:30. Alright, so here we go. No, not quite the open yet, but almost there. Okay, so I think the stock should be open by now. Maybe not yet. Okay, now it's open for sure, I think. Yeah, tons of volume here. Okay, for sure. So, not much trades going on. All we know is super weak right now, and the 8 EMA might act as resistance. I mean, maybe you want to get in on a test of this EMA, like a little breakthrough and back, kind of like a tail. So I kind of did this twice now. Let's see if it'll hold. Okay, who knows? I mean, this might be a opportunity because of if you short right there, might be an opportunity. So now we for sure want this to keep ticking below the EMAs. Otherwise, your stop is above that wick, couple cents above that wick. Okay, now that looks really good. Now the EMAs are starting to tick lower, and that's what you want. Let me speed it up just a little bit. We want to be able to see the next candles to see how they trade along the EMAs. At some point, it does need to catch up. So right now, the EMAs are still pretty far. It either needs to trade sideways some more or start pulling back into it. Okay, it's getting a little closer. Okay, closer. See, I'm just moving my mouse cursor so I can see where the candle is compared to the EMA. I mean, you can make the case that this might be kind of a bear flagish type of move. It's kind of tough to see, but maybe this could be a test of the EMAs right there. Still kind of early, but what we're looking for is for it to get close or test, and we know our hard out is if it really breaks through. But you know the spacing between these is getting wider and it's still declining, so it's still good. That that might have been it. Now it's breaking through. So I mean, can you get short here on this kind of this bear flaggish break? It's a tough short, but it might work. Let's see if there's some kind of retracement thing going here. I don't know if this is a really valid retracement, but let's just put it down here for fun for now. Levels are at 40, 39, 27. It's kind of ugly. Never mind, let me get rid of it. Get rid of more of these lines. Yeah, that was definitely the EMA to use. I guess you can sort of short the low of this little bar here as your entry bar. Another tough short, just because it doesn't look as clean as what you would normally see. Shoot, maybe I shouldn't have pushed the 3 minute. Well, okay, I take that back. On the 3 minute, it looks a little bit better. A little more shortable, I guess, because this thing doesn't. Well, this thing sort of can. This thing sort of can. 3 minute here, it looks like it's going to test again. Let's go back to the 5 since most of our transactions was on the 5 earlier. Speed it up some more. Video's running kind of long. So again, we want to see a pullback test. To the EMAs again. Okay, there's your first real test. Nice bottoming tail. Could this be an entry here with a stop above that wick? And maybe if it breaks below this candle, it would be another. Well, right now this would be the entry candle, right? Wherever this may close. Okay, that's the close. So let's see if it can continue to hold above it. Then that would be the entry down, or if this creates a new entry candle within, let's say these lines. Okay, so that's your entry candle right there, and your stop would have to still be like, oh, either right there or right there. Either one would be a valid stop in my mind. I prefer the top of the wick just because it's the most recent info. Okay, yeah, that probably would have stopped me out right there. Maybe. I mean, it was just a quick test, but maybe that would have stopped me out. Let's see. Yeah, it probably would have. So now it's starting to trade along the EMAs again. Let's see if it can hold it for a possible catch play. Nope, not really. And I don't know, could this be another possible pullback entry? If it could break below this kind of a channel. It's still trading below the EMAs, or hugging the EMAs, which is still good. Hasn't broken the 21 yet. I mean, this could be an entry. If this is your entry, this is your stop. This is your breakout candle. This is your entry, and that's your stop. Let's see if it's a good one. Get rid of this. Make this red. Make that red. I gotta speed it up some more. I don't want this to be like a 30-minute video. Okay, maybe 100. 150. Alright, this is better. So if you did get in here, you just gotta watch the EMAs. If it kind of closes above it and then closes above it higher, then that's your out. Or if it makes a new pivot high. Or you could use some fib extensions to find some potential targets on this last pullback play. So now we're getting close to this area, and that's getting taken out like it's nothing. EMAs are still good. I guess it depends on your stop criteria. If you use these Fibonacci's as targets, or if you choose to use the moving averages as a way to get out. If it makes a higher, if it peaks through the moving average, then a bar closes higher than the peak. Let me get rid of this real quick. I mean, technically, this could have been another nice entry, right? Potentially, with a stop, maybe a trigger short below this entry candle on this kind of pullback into the EMAs. As you can see, it's still really no reason to get out of the trade yet, depending on your target potential, of course, or target criteria. Could this be another potential entry point where a test here, break below? So see how, oops, let me get rid of some of these lines. See how this made this peaked through, this made a higher close, and yeah, right now around here, this is when you're going to be out. You see how the moving averages are ticking higher now? Things change, right? This entire time, lower, kind of flattish, then lower. All of a sudden, okay, it's ticking higher. It's curving up, and we have a higher close than the previous higher close. So this is where your out should be. It could continue to pull back and trade all the way down more, but this is where your out should be. And had I done this, it would have been a really great trade. I really almost did this, but I was just hesitating when I was trading the stock. I did get involved here, but I wasn't sized correctly. I got partial fill, and I ended up just covering at the low of the day at the time. But I didn't really see how all of these candles were just hugging the EMAs the entire time until all the way down here. So this would have been a really great trade, but I messed this one up. All right, thanks for watching, and hopefully we see another one of these trades next week.